Hey, Dr. Washington. I hope you're doing well. So, here's my Heinz ID, first of all. Benjamin Barfield, B1776492. I'm just going to set this down right here. So, I'm going to talk today about criminal law. More specifically, I'm going to talk about counterfeiting. So, counterfeiting is basically, it's defined as making with fraudulent intent a document or coin that appears to be genuine. So, counterfeiting in basic terms is just making fake money. So, anyone who doesn't have the legal authority to make money could be charged with counterfeiting. The only party or group of people who has the authority to do that is the federal government. So as a result, counterfeiting money is considered a federal crime. In addition to a lot of states also have laws concerning that. So the maximum penalty for counterfeiting is typically about up to 20 years, depending on the severity of what you do. So, along with counterfeiting, with making fake money, it's also considered illegal to destroy federal money, or it's called like changing the weight of coins. So like you can alter coins through some process to make them not as valuable as they appear to be, and that's considered also counterfeiting. So, so I didn't realize that apparently destroying a banknote is also considered, is also something that falls under the counterfeiting laws. So, in order to prosecute someone for counterfeiting, you have to be able to prove that the defendant was acting with criminal intent, because it's very possible that you could end up with money and you could spend it at a store and not realize that you're using counterfeit money. So you have to be able to prove that that person was doing it with criminal intent. Basically, you have to be able to prove that that person knew it was fake money and they were intending to distribute it and transfer it to other people with criminal intent. So you could ask, why is it then that you can have, why you see fake money all the time? That's not uncommon at all. And I actually have a couple of fake pieces of money here that I have from various different things. So this right here is a fake $50 bill, and it has these obvious markings. They look like Japanese writing on them, which is obviously, it shows that it's not intended to be considered real money. This was actually a stage prop for when I was acting my senior spring musical. So I still have this left over, and I thought it'd be a good example. So not only does it have markings on it, markings can be a way of distinguishing what is considered to be genuine and what is not. I also have this piece of money right here. Now, first of all, it's a $1 million bill, and most people know that $1 million bills aren't a thing. So if you're trying to use this, you either aren't criminally intent or you're just an idiot. So, but in addition to that, it has little markings up at the top that says this note is not legal tender for debts public and private. So in comparison to that, a real dollar bill, this is a real $20 bill, it says down here at the bottom, it says this note is legal tender for all debts public and private. So if it says it is considered legal tender, that's an indication that it is considered real money. And if you had that on a fake bill, you could be considered counterfeiting. So there was a story I heard where it was actually a Christian evangelist who had fake money that he would give people that were like Christian gospel tracts on the back. And he got prosecuted by some people because they were like, okay, you're giving out fake money and that's a federal crime. But it turned out he didn't get in trouble because, first of all, his money had the thing that said, is not a legal tender of debt. And then, in addition, it was obvious that he wasn't intending it to be, he wasn't doing it with criminal intent. So he didn't get in trouble. And that kind of attitude goes for most most situations like that, because most people who use fake money are not using it to commit a crime. But I did find an example of a situation where it was intended to be a crime. So there was a trio of people, it was two men and a woman, who were in Palm Beach, Florida, and they went through a donut shop, two different donut shops actually, and they used a fake $20 bill to pay. So they went through about 3 p.m. They paid with a $20 bill for like one donut and got $18 of cash in return. And they came back about an hour later to the same donut shop, went through the drive-thru, and paid with another fake $20 bill. By this time, the people at the restaurant had figured out what they were doing, and they were prosecuted, or they called the police, and the police caught up with them. But it turned out that they had purchased $1,000 worth of fake money on the internet, and they knew it was fake money. It wasn't a joke or something, and they knew it was fake money because one of them actually confessed that he knowingly bought this money online, and he knowingly knew that that it was not real, and he meant to be transferring counterfeit money in this situation. They were prosecuted, and it wasn't very serious. I think they had to be in jail for like 2 days or something, or released on bail or something like that. So it turned out not too bad for them. This is kind of a simple example, but there's obviously much bigger situations that occur where people print fake money in a large scale. And it's actually very difficult to do, because if you look at this real dollar, and you know, because you've looked at a real real cash before, you know that, I mean, it's very intricate. There's very specific markings on it, very intricate markings on it. It's incredibly difficult to recreate. So counterfeiting money is not something that is particularly easy, but people still do try to do it, and it's just not smart. You can go to jail for a long time for it. So that's pretty much all I have to talk about. So here's my ID card one more time, so you got it, Benjamin Barfield. So I appreciate it. Hope you have a good one.